All right, so step two, we have to say how we're going to figure this out, and we have to state the reasons why we're going to use the method we're going to use. Now, obviously, this is a t-test question, so we know we're going to use a one-sample t-test. However, it is not explicitly clear why we're going to do that, so we need to state the reason why we're going to do that. This is the part where almost half of my classes lose points. And this is a big deal. You have to say why you know which test you're going to use. So the conditions for a t-test are three things. First, they have to be, or the sample has to be random, or it's got to be from a randomized experiment. We have to have a sample that is less than 10% of the population. And then third, we have to fill the normality condition, which is actually a lot of different stuff depending on your situation. So let's look at this actual problem. First, it says we have a random sample. So there we go. There's the random part. I'll just make a note. Not the whole thing. I'll just make a note there for that. Next, we look at the numbers that we're given. Our sample is 32. Our population that we're talking about is 2,000 students. So we can see that 32 is less than 10% of 2,000. So I'll go ahead and make a note there. Finally, the normality condition, you need to either have sample size that's 30 or more, or it has to be from a population that's normally distributed. And as it says right here, our sample size is more than 30. So there we go. There's the conditions that we needed to meet. So all we got to do is write it in a sentence. So since our sample is random, is greater than 30, and since 32 is less than 10% of 2,000, here, I'll be a little bit more clear. So since 32 students in our sample is less than 10% of the population of 2,000 students. So there we go. There's the three conditions met. Because of this, we will use a one sample t-test. There you go. That's the whole thing. This is the part that everybody seems to forget, even though it's absolutely vital. Please don't forget this step. But that's it. That's the whole thing.